Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. Got a bunch of things I want to get done today, but I think I'm going to make a really quick video. Actually, a viewer asked me about this. The shelving that we put in the utility room to support the food vaults was what was asked about. So I thought I'd do a really quick video just on exactly what Chris did, how he secured it to the wall, what material he used, you know, the dimensions, just so that somebody else could replicate it, because it was the goal, of course, was it was really inexpensive and quick and easy to do and support a huge amount of weight. So I'm going to try and get that done today. Before I do, you know the drill. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends and family. That'll help greatly. And hopefully this can be of help to someone else, because we're all in the same boat, trying to save a little bit of money, trying to do things on our own, and trying to become more self-sufficient. So anyway, let's get started on that. So I'm just going to go through the material that we used for the shelves in the utility room for the food vaults. A viewer was asking, so I just wanted to go through it again. I did not want to pay what they were asking for 2x4s at the store, so these were salvaged from Skids, and so were these from Skids. So this was 1x3 slats, and of course the 2x4s. So what Chris did, you can see the distance in between the screws here. He made sure he located where the studs were and screwed the slats to the studs, every single stud, not just, you know, one or two. Same on the sides. You can see the screws here. You're going to use really good screws, you know, 2.5, 3 inch anyway. And so he did that all through wherever we needed the shelves. And this is actually 5/8 plywood, because again, you do need that strength. You don't want any flex in it at all. Like I said, these are extremely heavy. I think they say you can get 60 pounds in here. I have 100 pounds at least of flour and sugar and rice in here. Now keep in mind, a cup of flour is 145 grams, a cup of sugar is 200 grams. So the ones that have sugar in them are much, much heavier. So, and then I'm not sure how much a cup of rice weighs, but they're extremely heavy too. So we wanted this to be really strong. So each of the 1x3s is screwed on every single stud. Same in here. Every single stud. And this is the rough sawn lumber, like I've showed you before. So the plywood is sitting on the slats all the way around. So I think 2, 4, 6, 800, right? For 4 of them, you've got 800 pounds. Now some of them we put on the floor, so that makes it a little bit easier to fill, but you still have to pull them out to do that. And then what he did was, he didn't want to just attach this to the 2x4s, so he cut into the 2x4s so that the plywood is actually sitting on those, and very, very secure. And then of course he just notched the top one so that the top shelf is sitting on there. So I hope this helps. You know, again, this makes it extremely strong. I'm on so many different Facebook pages that are, you know, homesteading, stocking up, that sort of thing. And the one poor girl had a whole shelf, like one of those plastic storage shelves, loaded with canned goods, but in glass jars, cave in. We don't take any chances. If anything, overbuild it, you know. But even these chrome racks, we got these years ago. I was using them for paint. Each shelf, not the whole rack, but each shelf is rated for 600 pounds. So keep that in mind, and not all of these chrome shelves are going to be the same either. Some of them are heavier than others. So look at the rating for the shelves if you're going to store stuff like this, because the weight, and I mean doing all that canning and losing it because the shelf caves in is just heartbreaking. So we weren't taking any chances with this, but for me, of course, just like building the doors, it's about doing it for free because I'm so cheap. I just absolutely, I mean, the prices have gone insane, so that's one reason, but even without the prices having gone insane, it's just ridiculous what it costs to do different things. So all the shelving was, I think, I might have had the sheet of plywood already, but otherwise I would have bought the sheet of plywood. A sheet of plywood here in Canada, I envy my friends in the US, but I think a sheet of 3/4 plywood here now is around $100, and it's literally changing in days. So, and it doesn't seem to be going down. So just a sheet of plywood, that was the most expensive part of the shelving. But like I said, you know, for this shelf here, just the 4 food vaults alone, I'm looking at about 800 pounds. And of course I've got all my canning jars up there. That'll probably change. The other thing I am going to do now, because of course we had to get these in place to figure out what we wanted to do, I have a lot of dry goods in here too. So what I do is I'll take the brown sugar from here and put one in there. Now I usually just scoop some brown sugar out of here into the little kitchen container that we're using. But what I'm going to do now is get Chris to put another slat along here, and of course a free slat. So another 1x3 along here that will give me a shelf that will sit these, and another shelf that will sit more of these. And the jars I will put somewhere else in storage because I don't have to worry about temperature, right? I don't have to worry about freezing or anything like that. So I really shouldn't have brought these in here. All of this stuff can go in the old sea container or something, because I don't have to worry about them being contaminated by the chemicals in there or anything. So I'm going to get him to put another shelf here, now that we know we're happy with the layout for these, and maybe another shelf up there so that I've got 2 shelves the full length of the room here. I think it's just under 8 feet. And I will probably end up getting him to put another shelf up there. Again, with a tiny house, you want to use all your vertical space. We're waiting to do that because he has to get the electrical panel done. Obviously, we know where that's going. But the pressure tank is going to be in here for the water. And I do believe he's got to put the instant hot water heater on this wall here. So that stuff, you know, because it's so critical to the tiny house, that stuff has to be in place before I get him to do any more shelving. But where the food vaults are, this wall here, I will get him to put more slats and shelving on there. And he will probably, again, notch the whatever height I decide I want this shelf at. I want it so that I can get these on this shelf and some up here too. So he will notch the 2x4 again to put that piece of plywood in there. And again, we've got all kinds of scraps of plywood out in the shed because of course we don't throw anything away. And we've also got a whole bunch more skids that we just got recently, and again got a whole truckload of skids that are brand new clean lumber, like it just came from the mill or the lumber yard. So again, clean material. Bob found a source, someone he knows works at a place, and he got skids that are actually 8 by 16 feet. Just huge. So we might end up using those to build a little barn for the dairy cow that I want so badly. So hopefully that helps with understanding what we did here, because I didn't go into that much detail, and I guess that's why the one viewer was wanting a little bit more detail on what we did here. So you've got the dimensions, 5/8, 1x3s there, and the 2x4s here. And like I said, everything was free except for the screws and the plywood. So super heavy duty. And like I said, if you were going to put your canning in there, you know, I do have a lot of canning. It's still in the 20-footer where the freezers and stuff are, but if I was going to put them there, I want to make sure they're really, really heavy duty and not going to be crashing down on me. And I am hoping that we have more success from the garden this year, and I will be able to plant, or sorry, can a lot more tomatoes, maybe tomato sauce, some things that I didn't get done last year. It wasn't long after I had broken my ankle that we were trying to do the canning and get everything harvested and everything. So it was pretty difficult last year. Of course, it's not going to be a lot better this year because we're going to be trying to do it right after I have surgery. So anyway, it's got to be done, and we are hoping to do a lot more canning and a lot more preserving this year. So hopefully that helps as far as building some really economical shelving and getting, you know, situated so that you can stock up, store a lot more, and supply yourself with your own food, have it on hand. So anyway, that's it for today for the shelving lessons, and lessons in being cheap too. But hope this helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. And we'll see you next time.